Hello, everyone. It's Brian here with the Bonded by Blood thread. I almost said bloodstream thread started by Propfe, which is based on a song, Bonded by Blood, that I have never heard before, but it is kind of appropriate since we are approaching Halloween. So the idea is to show five records that have blood in the title of the album, blood in the song, or blood as a part of the band's name. Originally, I chose 5 albums with blood in the title of the album, but then I switched out 4 songs. I don't know why. But I haven't watched all these yet. I've watched a few, so I'm curious to see your responses. And of course, go check out Chris's channel, but I'm sure everyone knows that channel. Anyway, so I'm going to start with the very first item that occurred to me, one of my favorite tracks from the 80s, which comes from this Killing Joke record called Nighttime from 1985. And of course, that is Love Like Blood, which is a really epic track that I have always loved. I think Geordie Walker called it disco with distorted guitar. I think it's kind of like a gothic new wave track or something. I'm not sure what to call it, but it's a really fabulous track. My inner sleeve is split there. So that is great. And because I pulled that out, I decided to grab this 12-inch single of Love Like Blood, which has 2 versions of Love Like Blood plus Blue Feather, a version of that. And it includes the lyrics of Love Like Blood. So I think the guitar work in that song is really infectious. Just always loved it. But I could say that about pretty much any Killing Joke track, though, couldn't I? All right, number 2. A psych or neo-psych band from Austin, Texas. From Black Angels, this is Phosphine Dream from 2010. And I think this is their 3rd record. They have just put out great record after great record. I don't think there's any track from them that I have never liked. I don't think they can do anything wrong. Just amazing work, great songs, really interesting guitar work, and they always have really interesting psychedelic kind of covers. That's really cool. Inside this package, there is this glued-in booklet which has the song titles, lyrics, and some interesting artwork. Look at that, fantastic, etc. And so, the 5th track, which you can see there, is River of Blood, which just is fabulous. What can I say? Just a black vinyl, nothing really exciting there, with the original paper sleeve, which I should change. Anyway, really fantastic band. Loved everything they've done, but I've already said that. Okay, number 3. Where are we now? Yes, an album that didn't get a lot of love when it was released, and probably still doesn't get a lot of love. I was looking up reviews of this. Well, looking at Wikipedia, the Wikipedia entry in it has some reviews which are unflattering. This is Roxy Music's Flesh and Blood, or as you can see there, Flesh plus Blood from 1980. I believe this was album number 7, came out just before Avalon. And both those records share the same kind of really slick production, smooth delivery. Quite different, I guess, from the first efforts from Roxy Music. And I think it, irritated some people. I never loved this album cover as much as other album covers. But on this record, what is not to like? You've got the cover version of The Midnight Hour. You've got 8 Miles High, another cover version. You have Same Old Scene, Oh Yeah. And then you have the 4th track, which is the title track, Flesh and Blood, which is a great track. I love this. I discovered this record and Avalon at the same time, so I listened to them back to back for weeks at a time, because I thought they were really, really great. I think this is a good record. I guess by this time, though, Roxy Music was really reduced to a trio of Brian Ferry, Phil Manzanera, and Andy McKay, but there are some guest musicians listed here, like Simon Phillips, Alan Schwartzberg, but also, which I had forgotten about, is Paul Carrick, which is interesting. So, yeah, really, in my opinion, a really good Roxy Music record. Now, number 4, if we're at number 4 now, a band out of Canada, from Hamilton, Ontario, this band is called Teenage Heads, so you might be wondering, why does it say Teenage Heads on here? This is Tornado, an EP from 1983 with 6 tracks. Well, their record company was I think they signed a deal, and their record company was trying to break them in the United States, so they felt that Teenage Heads, plural, would be less salacious, wouldn't run into issues of censorship. I think the record company was also hoping for some sort of commercial breakthrough, so they went with Teenage Heads here, more polished name perhaps, taken from the Flaming Groovies album of the same name, by the way, Teenage Head originally. That never worked. They never broke through in the States. They reverted to the name Teenage Head. And when this was reissued a few years back as a expanded edition, they included some demo tracks and reverted to Teenage Head as well. But this band is full of tragedy. The original lead singer, Frankie Venom, died of some kind of brain cancer many, many years ago. Then Gord Lewis, the guitarist, was murdered by his son. Terrible story. There was a period of time when there was a different singer. Frankie Venom was replaced by someone else. I can't remember his name now, but he is continuing to be the singer. I don't know who they have as guitarist. They still play around. I did see them in concert with the original lineup. Anyway, all that to say, the second track on side 2 is Blood Boogie, which is a pretty fun track. I should have said this is like a punk band out of Hamilton, which is around the corner from Toronto. Some people say they're like Canada's Ramones. That's an interesting statement. May or may not be true, but I've always really loved them. By the way, this is a gold stamp promo. I think I have all of their records. I think they were very interesting for the time, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But Blood Boogie's a fun track, MCA label. Tragic story. And then lastly, a record from 2022 that I have mentioned before in the Tokyo, or the Japan vinyl tag for Tokyo Record Style. I mentioned this record by, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, Keiji Haino and Sumac. So he is this really avant-garde Japanese musician interested in drone, noise, percussion, very interesting. And then Sumac, which is an American sludge metal band from the West Coast, I think. This is apparently the third time they've collaborated. This one's from 2020 on Thrill Jockey. If I see something from Thrill Jockey, I'm always at least curious about it. So you have that mixture of the psychedelic aspect of Keiji Haino and this sort of sludge metal from Sumac, and you end up with a record called Into This Juvenile Apocalypse, Our Golden Blood to Pour, Let Us Never. This comes in a slipcase, and there they are, the people involved with this record. So this guy's been active in music since, I think, way back in the 70s. Very interesting guy, I have to say. And there's 2 pieces of vinyl in here. And I'm referencing, well, the title has blood in the title of the album, and that track also appears on this record. So there's a track on this record with the title that I just read, which is Into This Juvenile Apocalypse, Our Golden Blood to Pour, Let Us Never, which is this over 11-minute epic kind of chaos. It starts out quietly and is just chaotic. I find it really interesting and kind of refreshing. So there you go. That's 5 tracks, and there's the album title right there, from 5 tracks that have something to do with blood. So I'd like to see your bloody records, so join this thread. I'd like to see what you have, and I'll see you in the next video.